What years were you there, Jason?
I was there from September 1971 until August of 1973.
Somebody said tonight that you were one of the powerful voices during that early 70s time. What was the magic of Wacky? Why are we celebrating it 30 years later?
Because probably, I was very fortunate to have worked at Wacky. I really wasn't that good, and it was amazing to be able to be selected, to be able to be on that air staff. And because it was magic every day. It was truly magic every day inside that radio station. For the 2 years I was there, I could almost count every single day I was there as to how much fun I had. It was just a great place to work. It was really funny. I followed Burbank. Initially I was hired to do all nights. And I did 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. for about 3 or 4 months. And whoever was doing nights left the station, and so they put me, I was doing 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And Johnny decided to put me in to do the night shift, the 6 to 9. And I swear, when Gary Burbank, when Gary was on and he was having a great show, you knew you had to come in. It's kind of like, oh God, he had a good show. I got to be as good as that. How am I going to top that?
So what was Johnny Randolph like?
Johnny was a real nurturing guy, and I think somebody spoke earlier this evening talking about the fact that John wouldn't tell you that you were doing something wrong. He'd say, if you were to do it this way, it'd probably sound a little bit better. Or he would go through and, hey, let's listen to your ear check. And I used to hate the ear check machine because it would only go on when the mic was on. So if you scoped it and all you heard was, it's kind of like I've gone back and listened to some of those things. It's kind of like, why did they ever pay me? I'm surprised. I'm surprised they ever paid me. But I had so much fun. I had so much fun.
Now he didn't allow a whole lot of talking in between songs. Tell us about that. You had to do your stuff over the intro.
Yeah, it was interesting because Johnny, when I first came there, he sent, I was in Athens, Georgia, working at a radio station, and he sent a tape to me. He said, okay, this is what the station sounds like. I've never heard anything that sounded like this before, because they jingled into a stop set. They ran that 79 WAKY, ding, a chime thing like WABC had done. And you would always come out Wacky, their name, call letters, and then you'd go into the stop set. But even the commercials at the end, I think production was a really big part of the radio station. And John was very, very production conscious on the air and in the studios. Back when we were doing carts in the old days, we'd have, it might say 5 seconds dry voiced on the end. And we'd start, when I first went to work there, we'd start the music up underneath a dry voice spot, and you'd walk it to the post. And everybody was doing it. It's just kind of like, well, okay, how good can you be? And you put the wacky shout in, and it was just so much fun. It was a great, John, thank you for letting me be a part of it.
I'm going to give you a few names, just give me a few sentences. Bill Bailey.
One of the best things that, when I first went to work at the station, I was doing all nights. I hated it when Bill was late. It's kind of like, there's no way that it's kind of like, oh God, I'm stuck with the fact I've got to fill in for Bailey. But one of the funniest things that Bailey ever told me, as I was on my way to Atlanta to get married, and on the air, in his own unique way, the funniest thing Bailey said, kid, the best thing that can happen to you is that the plane will crash. He was a great guy, a master. There's probably never been a more prolific storyteller. I worked with a man and I couldn't tell when he was telling stories on the air. I couldn't tell what was true and what was not.
Dude Walker.
So smooth, had great voice, and dude was just always so professional. He just oozed, this certain thing that just fit right in from midday. So smooth and so polished.
Mason Lee Dixon.
Mason, when I first went to the station, I followed Mason, and Mason was a free spirit, and I was telling him here at the party tonight, I said, one of the things I remember most is your leather fringe jacket, and you'd always come in, always have some hot tea and honey. great guy. And he was and he did a public affairs show. I'm not sure people remember this, but after he did the music thing, he did a public affairs open line type thing for an hour, night from 1 to 2 or midnight to 1, something like that.
Gary Burbank.
Following Burbank, I mean, that voice, I mean, and Gary was so funny. He could do all those things, and he was just, Gary just was in an entirely different plane of thought. One of the funniest and most talented people I ever worked with. I actually worked with Gary twice, because when Gary left Wacky and went to NOE, I also went to WNOE in New Orleans.
Give us an air check.
An air check? It's been a long time, man. Not sure I could do that. 79 WAKY.